Welcome to another exciting episode of Master or Not with our wonderful heroes, Puddle, the Water Being,
Silent screams just everywhere.
Jace, the Technomancer,
Why is everything going wrong today?
Fencer, the Super Cat,
I'm ready.
Transient, the Meta Manipulator,
I have no idea what I'm doing right now.
and Dahlia, the Living Dead Girl.
That's an alien noise.
Last time on Master or Not, our heroes witnessed Jace's armor form from his own belt. With Olympic might, through Terra Bite, a light that fights for truest right. Daedalus 2.0. I began swinging at Grandfather, but each attack only seems to stir the old man further into fighting back. The sparks at the very clash caused Wilda to lose strength and drop into the walls and tiles of the casino back room. Spencer and Transient assist in quelling the grandfather's invigorated spirit, finding there is more to the head of the Watts family soul than just a live wire. Dahlia was able to put the fear of teenagers into the Godfather just in time for Jace to
Literally.
ensnare him in a rebar pole Faraday cage. With Spencer's strength and wings, the heroes had almost rid the family of the old man, but despite reason and natural physics, the grandfather showed his action held divine backing as he launched himself along a lightning bolt, teleporting back to Earth. But will it be on top of the class act? And will our heroes be able to help the wedding resume properly? Or will familial bad blood run deep in these casino floor? Find out today as we flicker back over to, I believe it would be Transient at the top of the board, right?
I held off for Jace, so I'm behind Jace.
So you're behind Jace now. Okay, so, well, Jace, you just watched as your grandfather breaking your current current mindset of what physics and reality should hold. Zip on a lightning bolt made from the energy surrounding the Faraday cage back down to Earth. How will you respond?
I need to find my super belt stat block again so I can consult it for something.
But speaking of, I better show everyone within the chat and hopefully to the viewers one day what his new suit looks like. We'll go over to heroic examples.
Oh, that's a nat 20.
Jace, that was a will save for Jace to see how he's doing. And I will say this as Jace, he's exceptionally doing poorly, but despite that, he understands that this situation, despite how poorly it's going for him specifically, needs to be resolved, even if it leaves him in a worse off state. And so he is going to remove the belt, slip in a new cartridge, and hand it to Spencer.
I will need a fortitude check to hold your breath in the airless atmosphere that you just subjected yourself to.
Spencer has an atmosphere around him.
About that, if I'm currently holding Jace, which I'm assuming I am, he is currently subjected to my affects others' life support, which makes him okay to breathe up here as long as he's holding on to me.
Is that an advantageous or is that part of your power set?
It's part of the power set.
Ah, right. Yep. Okay. Yep. I see it now. All right. Lucky you. So ignore that request for the roll as you manage to find yourself still breathing calmly in Wing Spencer's grasp as he takes the belt from you.
I don't have the strength to fight him. I don't think any of us, except maybe you, have the strength to fight him. I won't ask you to go against your beliefs, but please, at least for my sister's sake, stop him from making things any worse, at least for today.
Can I respond as a free action, DM?
Yes, you may.
Greg is going. No, sorry. Spencer is going
Greg!
to.
Greg! No! I do not allow such Gregs in this domain! You go back to your portal! Greg! I requested Spencer!
Greg shows up out of nowhere. Oh, come on, man.
Not today. Not today. Get back in there. Back in your hole.
So Spencer is going to grab the belt, and he's going to look to Jace, and he's going to go, I understand. Do I have permission to kick his butt?
Jace will just quietly nod.
I'm gonna wait till my turn to put on the super belt, unless it's like a free action.
It will take your action in order to activate the belt.
Yes, sir.
But as you vibe up there. Go ahead, Jace. Was there anything else you wanted to do?
I'll tell Rockin' Prime to be on lookout just in case now that I'm back in this form and can communicate with him again.
Right. Remind me what the hell we had Rockin' Prime doing, as you literally
He
just
kind of
got.
went dormant when I entered the belt state.
He's outside
He
the
was-
door right now in the hallway.
Yeah, he was still in wheelchair mode and the door outside the hallway, I believe.
All right. So Dahlia and Transient, who I believe are within the or close by the hallway from where they were last at, is able to see Jace's wheelchair start hovering back up again, and start emitting some high frequency lights coming from the back of the wheelchair, where there's a subtle, very muted, of course, Master, hey! Part of the boot up sequence. As we jump over to Transient, who held his turn off until after Jace, I believe.
No, I was already behind Jason the queue.
Right. So, Transient, you had watched both Spencer and Jace launch up into the atmosphere. Currently, no one is inside the immediate room that you're in, inside the class act. But you do hear Dahlia not too far away in the hallway, as well as seeing Rockin' Prime at least start activating the guards that are in the hallway that you can visibly see are shooken and shaking, but are currently talking on their body radios.
Transient's gonna proceed to walk out. Yeah, you guys might want to make a full sail evacuation of the place right now.
One of the guards turns over to you. What do you mean by that? We should be all should be sturdy. What you expecting the roof to come down?
Might want to take a look in the office and then tell me how much you feel about that.
The guardsman takes a quick gander into the office and realizes that one of the support walls has been completely undone thanks to the Faraday cage making from the rebarb used, and is barely clinging to barely clinging to itself. That doesn't look good. Well, at least we'll start making alerts now. But you kids, get on, go up.
If you'll excuse me, I have someone I need to help reconstitute. And he will proceed to walk right back into the office and attempt to start gathering all of the water into one spot.
All right, I will need an alchemy check. Well, we'll say with an alchemy check for now. Give me an alchemy check for now.
It's total plus. Yeah, it's total 14. That's a 23. Effectively, what I'm trying to do is I'm just going to manipulate all of the area in this office into just moving all the water into one spot.
Alrighty. So you do manage to start gathering the water molecules from what you can see visibly and what you can get out from the office carpet onto the main tile of the hallway. But as you do gather a lot of the water, it just still it puddles onto the tile.
That's fine. That's my turn.
Spencer, you've been handed the unique belt that Jace has been using and operating on, and has asked you to quite colloquially kick his grandpa's butt. What will you do?
DM, I will put on the belt.
The belt lights up as it takes on its new user at the moment. Request the cartridge to be filled as you're floating in space. Or not space, but in the atmosphere.
I will fill the cartridge, DM.
Hey, give me a strength check real quick. Mr.
To
Tough.
penetrate my own skin.
You have, in your protector form, you quite are a toughie.
Yeah, whatever you say. That is a natural 20.
So excited about actually being able to beat somebody up who showed the resilience and strength, not unlike that one dog beast dog mutant you were facing. You went gung ho and just drive this right into your, we'll say, shoulder. There's a moment of utter meow as you echo into the void, surprisingly, before drawing up the filling up the cartridge. As you put it into the belt like you watched it get done by your friends, the belt speaks up, analyzing, evolution, refining, metamorphosis. Music starts playing as it requests for the button press as you go for the to finish the transformation.
I will press the button.
Rein in your feline pride and use the power deep inside. Codename Cosmic Kitten. As you take on the armor that you got. Posted in heroic examples now.
Ooh.
Wahoo. I like it.
Now in your current form, you do still have a movement.
Yes, I do. Let me pull up that form really quick. Is the right one? Yes, it is the right one. Powers. Oh, I move a lot faster in this form. So I'm going to keep holding on to Jace as let's see here, fly down back to the class act. I can hear the music.
So you zoom on down to the class act. Breaking through several pockets of sound barriers, yet your aura is able to keep Jace from suffering the tremendous reverberations that otherwise could have crushed him, given his armorless form, and land right on top of the class act with your newfound speed and reach. Yiminy Christmas.
I land on top of the class act. Would it be? Can I make a perception check to try and see where he could have landed?
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
I actually put points into this one.
Jace, given your perspective, you are also welcome to make a check to look around, please.
That is a 21, DM.
Why is it saying that he is muted? He should be able to be heard.
He gets a 21 too.
Discord.
I'm howling at the moon.
So you both are able to see the very visage of smoke smoldering up from a nearby building, about a few yards from you, not too far, but definitely not on top of the class act. You can see the silhouette of the grandfather standing inside the crater, still stuck in the Faraday cage, but getting ready to seem to break out.
And where is he again?
He would be on top of what would have been the Pizza Co. industry building. Wasn't really made for pizza making. It was honestly more of a history on pizza museum for the entertainment part that does sell pizza
How
at the
dare
end of the tour.
How dare he do this to the history of pizza? Now you've gone too far.
We'll say that would be the end of your turn, Spencer.
All right, that is the end of my turn.
We will hop over to Dolly.
Dahlia's not feral anymore, right? She snapped out of it eventually.
Yeah, she did.
All right. She cracks her knuckles and like pops a pinky back into place and says, "So, where do you guys need me?"
Currently, you're speaking out loud towards Transient and the floating rocket prime. As you are still in the hallway, the boyos that are currently still spying Zeus are on the top of the class act, and are more than likely only able to be heard from your phones if Jace is now actively trying to make connections again.
Dahlia
But-
waits for answers to see if they want her anywhere in particular.
Jace
Can they
isn't
answer as a free
reconnecting with
action?
phone. Go ahead, sorry.
Can you guys answer as a free action?
Transient can if he wants to.
I have no idea right now.
Rocket Prime does speak up louder from the muffled portion. Sensors indicate young master is on the roof of the class act with the individual Spencer. Russell. Takes a minute for that last one.
And are we in the class act or is that another place?
No, you are currently in the class act casino. No, you are in the Diamond Dust Casino. So let me rephrase that. He is on top of the Diamond Dust Casino. Why do I get my casinos mixed up? Class act is still being rebuilt from the last destruction. You guys are on the Diamond Dust Casino, the more swanky of the casinos.
How many feet up is the roof?
Given it's a 4-level casino,
And we're like on a middle floor, right?
yeah, somewhere between the first and second floor, as you guys went into the back room area. on on the first floor. No wait, second floor. On the second floor.
We're on the
Well, that
third.
would be probably no more than 30 feet up.
Yes.
Okay. Excellent. Dahlia says, well, that answers that. And she is gonna teleport. Or she's going to like duck behind Transient and into the Shadow of Rock and Prime and then teleport. So
All right, give me.
I'm there. What do I see?
Go ahead and give me a perception check to see what part of the casino rooftop that you popped out of.
Alright. How is my friendship level looking? Am I feeling connected to my friends right now?
Double checking since you are running over to back them up and don't feel as blood hungry at the moment. You're feeling quite allied with your allies.
Okay. So just that's a good number. So I will do just the regular roll 1d20 plus 1. 8. So I probably won't see anything spectacular, but if there's a big glowing ball of electricity somewhere, I should probably see that.
So you come out from like the side of one of the of you know how they have those entrances that like bulk out from the roof itself, sort of like a solo hut, and just have
Mm-hmm.
that door there. You pop out from the side of it where the sun is hitting it just in a manner to where it's casting a proper shadow. So you're able to see uh Jace and Spencer in his new cosmic kitten form.
Okay, but I
But
can't
they're
see the bad guy.
no, no, you don't see the grandfather yet, because where you're at, the wall's blocking off your sight of the smoldering crater that was the pizza the Pizza Co. industry.
Okay. Let me see. What else could I do? Uh, okay. Can she poke her head out around the wall to look?
uh, since you haven't technically used your movements, other than no, wait, other than shadow teleports, we'll say use your bonus action. Go ahead and give me one more perception check as you
Alright.
peer around the corner.
Alright, so she's actually gonna look in the right direction this time, probably. Nope. She says, well, shit, okay. She readies her gun and mutters to herself, guess I'm just gonna wait until I hear the sound of villains monologuing and then I'll shoot the hell out of him.
It's like a cruel and unusual thing. Like you go to turn to see where they're at, and right as you do, the door just like carefully opens, just wide enough to still keep out of your vision.
Okay, so she readies her gun, and can I hold an action, or is that just D&D thing?
Uh, double checking your skills, advantage. We'll say that you can hold the attack action for now until I'm proven wrong. Otherwise, I'm still trying to review most of the things here. But as far as I can
Okay,
tell, you should be able to hold your action. So if you want to do that, just know that it would take your reaction.
that's all right. She's just gonna wait until she hears the sound of villain monologuing or he otherwise reveals himself, and then she's just gonna blast. Pow.
Alrighty. So as you wait, over on the Pizza Co. Inc. Crater, the grandfather stands up and no, he's still standing inside the Faraday cage and attempts to struggle within it. Uh, uh,
Do, 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 do.
It's not an impressive break. The Faraday cage is well fused, but the parts that he is able to tear open seems to just be along the top as he struggles to break his arms free first and then his main body before using up the rest of his movement to struggle out of the Faraday cage. He stands outside of the literal shell of himself and seems to laugh loudly. Haven't faced this much problem since we were facing Titans back in my day. Oh, Zamboyo, what are you and your friends doing? As he stares up. Despite the tattered and what should be bruising upon his body, all you two see, Spencer and Jace, is just bronze golden abs just showcasing underneath the tattered remains of his shirt.
I see.
Yeah, bronze golden. Bronze in some areas, golden in other, in sheen. Bronze matted golden shine. There we go. As we start back at the top of the round, Jace.
So I'm back on the roof opposite where this guy is now monologuing, right?
Sorta, yeah. As he hasn't even technically started monologuing, but he has made quips quite a lot. Especially
Now my
that
first question is that enough for Dahlia to open fire?
not yet. He has not monologued, nor has he started attacking you guys yet. But
Oh,
he
he's
is
making
like,
clips. That should count.
So he's not in a position where Dahlia can open fire yet, and he hasn't started attacking yet, right?
right.
I'm going to look to Spencer and say, it's probably not going to be very helpful, but I will do my best to distract him so you can do whatever you need to do. And then, DM, I have a question. I know this is probably stretching it, but if I fly up into the air and then use all of Rockin' Prime's actions, or sacrifice all of those, and then my ability to have a reaction moving forward, can I use both hands for a lightning bolt?
I will allow it and consider it as
Extra effort?
yes. There are no held actions. You can only delay your turn, then only if you haven't done anything during your turn. Thank you for the review there, my dear data analysis.
So Jace is still in a very bad headspace as he flies up into the air. And he looks down at his grandfather, and after a few moments, he is going to simply say, "You want to see what else we can do? Fine then." And he is going to bring both of his arms back behind him as he is flying there with his legs sort of useless as they always are. And just in either of his hands, full-on lightning bolts form before he starts to hurl them forward at his grandfather, as it now looks like the lightning is streaming from his hands as it flies forward. Like it's still connected to him as it flies.
Oh. Alright, give me the roll to attack.
All right, let me... I believe my lightning bolts are +8. Do I roll it once or twice for this? I don't know what the call on this is.
Go ahead and roll with it once, but increase your addition to it by +5. We'll say, since you're putting so much effort into hitting your old man.
Dang.
Damn, that's a 33 with a natural 20.
Damn.
That would definitely
So,
increase the DC for damage. That was already sitting
plus-
at DC 20.
natural 20 will give him a +5, and depending on whether or not he has a thing, which increases its damage further based on successes
I'm
or
just gonna
degrees of
throw
failure.
some heroic examples real quick.
There is a sudden shout as the lightning bolts connect upon him. And you see your own remind me, your color of lightning is blue, right?
Correct.
So what shade of blue? We talking cerulean, cyan, robin?
I think they're more of a royal to navy blue, like his eyes.
All right, so your Royal Navy lightning is connected onto him, clashing and properly scattering about, and you see him actually scream out, caught off in surprise at seeing something in your lightning blast, as he shakes and shudders at the damage. He takes a ruse as you see the signs of some of his suit starting to burn off from the lightning bolt still surging on him. So you were going to attempt to keep this as a continuous effect, right?
Yes, I am just giving it everything to buy Spencer time to do what Spencer has to do.
All right. Since you don't, since this does not normally have the extended, this will be part of that extra effort in doing so. Next round, I will need a. Want to say it would be would it be a fortitude or would it be a will to maintain the push? We'll say will. We'll say will.
All right.
But that for now. Right now you're holding well, so that will make it Transient's turn. Transient, from your perspective, you were able to get Wilda formed up just as you looked up and see Wilda duck beneath Rock and Prime, and then from what you can sense, not be there anymore. Oh. My dear data analyst, being awesome to correct himself even. Ready, standard action. Readying lets you prepare to take an action later, after you would normally act on your initiative, but before your initiatives on your next turn. Readying is a standard action, so you can move as well. You can ready a single action, move, or free action. To do so, specify the action you will take and the circumstances under which you will take. Which, speaking of, since there is now active firing, and you can hear where it's going, Dahlia, go ahead and make one gunfire attempt.
All right. Gunfire attempt is 5 rounds. So,
This woman.
what's an assault rifle? What do you expect, man? All right. So, make one
multi-attack.
roll.
Multi-attack with a +5, correct? 'Cause you're targeting only one.
Yeah.
Yep, we'll look in the single
So I do
version
my
of
regular one
multi-attack.
plus 5.
Let's see here. Use multi-attack against single target. You make an attack check normally. If successful, you increase the attack's resistance check by 2 for 2 degrees, or 5 for 3 or more. So go ahead and make
Okay.
your attack as normal, and if you defeat his defense by by 2 or 3 degrees, it will increase your damage DC.
Okay.
Multi-attack is weird.
Yeah. Come on. Go up. Thank you. Okay. Did I hit him?
Yeet. And for those at home, yeah, that is well past.
3 degrees of success. Or
And
so
with the
that's a
multi
plus
attack,
5 to your damage.
So as he's being shocked, you follow the lightning bolt, Jason's lightning bolt to where you you spy the figure being hit by the lightning. As you release your hail of gunfire upon him, as he now has to make a damage check for that one. With the calculations,
So
that would be DC.
it
let's
starts at 20.
so that's a 25 right now.
He is not having a good day as the bullets seem to spike into his legs and arms as you miss several other of his main organs, but managed to cause a bruising upon him.
All right. Hey, a bruise is a bruise. That's progress, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, Dolly's gonna shout as she's firing. She's like, "Found you!" I wonder if he recognizes her from bursting out of his stomach.
Oh, goodness. I'll have to make an awareness check for him after this. We'll hop on uh, over to Transient, whose turn it is now, officially.
Yeah. With the water collected as is, I'm just gonna make a bowl, a glass bowl, to carry her out.
All right, I won't even make you justify an alchemist check for that, as making a glass bowl is so bloody easy that it comes out of habit with a simple snap of the finger for you. And I mean snap of the finger. You don't need to clap for that one. It's like you have one hand holding up the water, snap, bam, is covered. It's covered up to the top with a glass bowl.
And I'm gonna proceed to make my way out of the building.
As you're making your way through the building, you do hear a series of different announcements going through as people. As the casino, Diamond Dust's casino is starting to usher out safety measures to head towards exits. Please be mindful, single file line. All gambling habits are being frozen. As you see a series of casino games get locked by by a single button press from some different measure. But games are locking up. People are starting to move to the uh, emergency exits. You are ducking and weaving through. Go ahead and give me an acrobatics check to avoid the thick of the crowd as you're trying to make your way over towards the exit, so you can encounter where your friends are at.
I'm just gonna do a hide in plain sight as I
Or hide in
disappear
plain.
into the cloud.
Or you can do that and just say, F dealing with crowds, I'm just going to hide amongst them.
Stealth is a plus 11.
Wants to be Edward Elric. Decides to also be freaking Altier as he pulls up his hood and hides amongst a few of the panicking crowds as they make their way through the emergency exit, and he ducks around the outside of the building. You are able to make it to the corner of the casino itself on the first floor, just out of range from the main light show that Jace is giving. But you can definitely hear it from your perspective. For you, it would take probably another round of dashing to make it over to them.
I wasn't dashing because my alchemy is still movement, so I was only moving at standard speed.
All right, then you would technically just be at the entrance or the emergency exit while hidden in plain sight. So, but you can still audibly hear the lightning cracking just outside, even though you can see from the uh, doors opening that is still a clear and somewhat dusky day as the sun is just barely setting.
Yep, and that'll be my turn.
Spencer, and your
Yes.
cosmic kitten form, spy Jace giving the electrical business to the grandfather as Dahlia pops up from around the corner from where we're at and laid upon cover fire. What will you do?
Love those gifts in general, but DM, I would like to, let's see here. I'd like to fly down off the top of the building and at a running start rush right up to him in my normal form and punch him right in the face as hard as I can.
All right, so in normal form, you're giving him the pop it in the face. Are you doing this as regular, or are we hitting him with the just a super punch, isn't it?
It's a super punch, and the best part about this one is it has a few things on it, but I'll let you know what happens if I hit. Give me a moment. I'm trying to remember something. Yep. Okay. So it's just a plus. What is this? It is a plus 12. All right, rolling to hit. That is a 25 to hit. Does that hit?
It does. As he's still caught off guard by the constant stream of lightning, you visibly fly to him in seconds and then proceed to give him the cleanest chin checking.
DM, he has to make a DC. Let me check that. DC 29 toughness check. Let me check. Is it toughness? I think so. Yep, toughness.
Welcome back, Puddle. All right, 1 second as I attempt the toughness check with the now growing pains and bruises upon him. There is a audible crack as a tooth comes flying up from the grandfather as he seems to be taking a step back or two from your chin checking. The entire assault seems to be definitely beating him up wonderfully, but still only causing simple bruisings. As
I mean, it's
while
something.
As while the bullets have landed, they have not exactly pierced through this bronze skin. Your punching while extracting the tooth does note that another tooth seems to pop out immediately afterwards. And the lightning, no matter how much of the skin seems to be burnt into it, seems to also immediately be replaced with new bronze skin.
All right. I'm
The
glad I
air
actually
does.
did it to hurt him.
Oh, definitely.
Let's see. I still got my movement, right?
Yes.
Okay.
As you know, you only use a small smidgen just to make it over to him.
In that case, I am going to run away down the street so he can't get a hit in on me. And I'm going to make a circle in the street to come back at him next turn.
Everyone can see like the slight star-like silhouette of where you once were before you dashed around, and can now see like it disassembling as you reappear yards away, ready to come rushing back.
Say it's a good few yards. Yeah, I'd say it's a good 10 yards or more away.
As we flicker over to Dahlia.
All right.
Dahlia,
So, did he ever spot me, by the way?
he has looked up to you, but with the constant stream of lightning coming from Jace as he is just putting his all into this particular lightning blast, this navy blue lightning coming from your friend seems to be keeping him from being able to fully react at the current moment until his turn, leaving him perfectly open to some more shenanigans from our dear living dead girl. What will you do?
Honestly, the shooting part worked better than I thought it would. It's either that or go alien on him again, but that makes Dahlia hungry, and she already bit her friends once, so I
Yes,
think
but
she's gonna try to go shooting again. Especially since he's distracted, so that'll be nice, hopefully. Oh, 1d20 plus 20. 25? Does that hit?
once more, are you blasting him with your rifle?
Multi-attack assault rifle.
Yes, it does hit. Let me make the roll.
How many degrees? Oh wait, never mind. We don't know yet.
I will say that for the purpose of your multi attack, his he has failed at least by 2 degrees, definitely.
So that'll only be
Okay.
at a +2.
Well, he said at least. It could be 3.
It's 2 degrees.
Okay, so +2. All right. Well, DC is still 20. I guess it's 22 now.
Wrong chat, Mayor.
But I like this
realize
one
I
so I
switched
can see
back.
what he rolls.
Oh goodness. The bullets hit home, and despite his bronze exuding stature, the bullets seem to be starting to make headway as he starts taking step back and back. With each shot that hits true, he's losing his footing amongst the barrage of blue lightning and bullet fire. As he takes another one.
All right. Is that 2 bruises then?
No, 1 bruise.
Oh, I thought last time was a bruise.
Yes, last time wasn't a bruise. He is currently at 4 bruises. He is hurt, but at the same time, not enough to make him fail 3 degrees. Yet.
I
There's
have
always the chance.
I have
Wait, I thought it
something
was
for
3
this.
bruises and they went down. Or is that savage?
That was mostly minions and lower ranking enemies that you guys were dealing with. Otherwise, in order for a person to fully go down, you would either have to fail by a degree of 3 or greater, or be hit by an effect that caused incapacitation or unconsciousness.
Yep.
Because
Yeah.
unless those happen, you
That's 4 degrees, by the way, Mayor.
Mhm.
You have to have 4 degrees to drop them.
okay, 4 degrees, or they suffer an effect that causes unconsciousness, incapacitation, stun, or otherwise.
Okay.
But you
Incap is its
heard
Bruises
own
mean
thing.
it's a penalty, right?
Oh yeah, like the bruises are making dents in his ability to actually withstand a lot of this. Like if I have to if, if I have to put it into numbers, like he has a 15 in toughness, and you guys have done enough to where he's only able to get a plus 11 now.
So it's only -1 per bruise.
Yes.
That
Yes.
makes sense.
Correct.
Okay. Good to know.
So that will be well, unless Dahlia was also planning on moving. Was there anything else you wanted to do, Dahlia?
Well,
After the
technically, since shooting is just an action and teleporting is just part of a move action.
were you planning on changing to a different rooftop?
Now, I was thinking about playing Alien again.
Woman. All right.
Yeah. All right. Time to teleport and then burrow my way out of him.
Once more, because this is dealing with tougher than normal material, I will need what was it I made you do? A strength check or an athletics check to claw through?
I thought he did a toughness roll because I just got burrowing. I just get through 1,800 feet an hour or 3 feet per round,
Hmm.
and he's not that fat.
No, he's not. But Yemeni Christmas. Let's see here. Dealing with Dahlia.
So burrowing specifically says you can burrow through the ground.
uh, really? I thought it just says digging.
No.
Aww. Well, I know what I'll need to invest my next points into. A kitty pride attack. In that case, no, she won't teleport. She'll just be good. She'll duck back behind the door for cover.
All right, we'll say the alien maneuver was an extra effort, a thing.
Yeah, the first time it was extra effort. She knows it won't work twice. At least not before we get power up points again.
The more I strengthen you guys up, the more I torture myself. So, with that being the end of Dahlia's turn, we hop back over to the grandfather, who is enduring a lightning barrage from his grandson, and seems to be attempting to charge his own. As you see, as in between the sparks of maybe lightning, Jace and Dahlia and Spencer are able to see him reel back his one arm. It's good that you surround yourself with trusty friends. Now let's see how well you stand for yourself. As
Oh no.
as going in a arch around initially up to Jace.
And I'm in a reaction, I'm gonna interpose.
Do you have that as an actual reaction?
I do.
'Kay.
Let me check just to make sure.
Interpose
I do in fact have interpose.
within range of your normal movement.
I think the range of Spencer's movement is the planet, so
400
And
miles per
multiple
round.
dimensions.
Actually, it's 4,000 miles per round.
4,000 miles per round. So Spencer will be interfering with the roll.
I will be interfering with that roll DM. What damage rank is it?
It's a 10.
Well, it's not a 6, so I'm not immune to it.
as cerulean. Yeah, would it be cerulean? Feels
Cerulean.
like cerulean or robin egg lightning starts charging around and comes arching up from the grandfather up towards where no wait, I said golden. I said golden, didn't I? Forgive me, forgive me. DM has to keep double checking his own notes. All right, golden lightning. As golden lightning arches up around and shoots up towards Jace, only be intercepted by the cosmic armor that Spencer now wields.
What check is that, DM?
That's going to be does a 28 beat your
Dodge.
My dodge is a 13, so 10 plus 13 is 23. It does beat my dodge. I am willfully failing, and I would not dodge this because I am taking the attack.
all right, it does have okay. So it's going to be a DC at the current status, a DC 27
27 for which one?
toughness.
Okay. Let me roll that. Plus. That is a 27 on the spot.
The golden lightning hits true upon you, but yet your body seems accustomed to such electrical purposes and seems to redivert all that lightning around through your claws and into the safety features of the belt. Almost giving it just that extra oomph and just avoiding the damage entirely.
I would like to say something as a free action.
Go ahead, as the lightning is still purposely hitting you at the same time. He has not let go of this particular blast as well.
He's going to say, attacking those who can't fight back. That's not very gentlemanly.
Can't fight back. My boy right there behind you is fighting quite well. Though if you're talking about his sister, I was really hoping for more than just what little moat she had.
Oh,
And
that's
all you
enough.
get from him.
I understand. That's all I had to say.
So that will be his turn. We'll start back up at the top of the round. Jace, if you're still going to persist with this congruent lighting, I will need a
I believe it was will save he said before.
Yes, a will check, please.
Okay, and current Jace has a +8 to will. 26.
Alrighty, the lightning is still persistent. Remind me the DC damage from it.
DC damage from my lightning is 20, and I would like to say that more than likely what Jace is going to try to do is he sees Spencer being hit by a direct bolt, is try to slightly angle himself so he can begin firing his lightning bolt down the lightning bolt his grandfather is firing.
All right, go ahead and give me an acrobatics check as you're trying to fly around to be able to make that connection. You said the DC was what again?
20, and it's definitely acrobatics, huh? It's not anything
Acrobatics,
else for flying and not using my legs. It's just the check that uses my leg stat, huh?
Yes, unfortunately.
Cool. I'm screwed. Yeah, I saw that coming a mile away. I can't. It's a check that apparently uses my legs when the power doesn't use my legs. I'm doomed.
You try to reposition yourself around, but in the same vein, Spencer trying to get accustomed to his armor readjusts at the same time, and by accident he gets caught in the lightning stream. Spencer, I'm gonna need a toughness check from you.
Toughness check, you said?
Yes, as you are now a conduit of not just gold, but navy blue lightning.
Beautiful. What's the DC on this one?
20, I believe.
We'll see if I can make that one. Well, I don't make it.
It's one thing to have one set of electricity burning through you.
Spence,
Yep.
don't you have luck points?
I do not. I used them all, I think.
The lengths I went to make him burn through those luck points.
I burned them because you put people in danger, DM. Oh, wait, no, you're right. With this form, I have 2 extra ones.
Ah, the corrections have been made.
Let me just... That is a 26. I only have
You
one left.
felt a little tingle there, and when you turned to see what was going on, the tingle went away. It doesn't hurt, but you are definitely feeling 2 different stresses from the lightning as they seem to collide with you being a conduit for them connecting.
I understand. I'm handling the power just barely. I have the power.
Hold on, I got a quick question. Jace, what is the damage rank on your lightning?
5.
I'm immune.
Then Spence is immune, so
Oh,
he
yeah.
wouldn't have had to do that.
Should I just take the point back?
Yeah, take it back.
No, you're good. I'm just immune to it.
Immune to your own friend's ability. Smart.
Well,
Smart.
it's fine.
But yeah, you can definitely see the variances in lightning strength between the grandfather and Jace at your back. As the lightning occasionally breaks off from you and collide with each other, causing sparks of gold, navy blue, and the occasional emerald popping up all around you at the current moment.
I see.
But with that, it's still being held, Jace, as you manage to have your lightning somewhat clashing with your grandfather, with Spencer just happening in the mix. Nothing wrong with that. Thankfully, Spencer seems to be holding up pretty well.
That's my whole turn.
Jumping over to Transient, who is at the edge of the Diamond Dust emergency exit, with Wilda in a glass bowl in hand, right? Or did you leave her back over at the hallway?
I said I was bringing her with me.
Ah, you did. So, with her in hand, as you manage to make it to that point, you can hear the lightning intensify as now what seems to be a second source seems to have burst up, as gunfire also seems to hail from a well-known friend. What will you do?
I don't know what you expect me to do. I can't get there, so
Like you're slinking off while still hiding to make it over there at your own pace while waiting for Willa to come back up.
no, I'm actually just gonna go find my parents at this point because I can't get there in time. They're at the pizza. They're at the pizza place, which is like 4 or 5 miles away from where we are currently.
Not necessarily, no. Like I said, they're at the Pizza Co. Inc. building, which is only a few yards away from the Diamond Dust. It's not a actual pizza place; it's a museum meant for entertainment. It just happens to have pizza in it. It's a museum for all of pizza kind.
The
Fucking
world famous.
Speedsters. Choice to make. Yeah, nope. Going to go find my parents.
All right, go ahead and give me a perception check to see if you can track them down amongst the bustling crowd.
Perception on this one. 6, I think. Nope, that's a 5. Modified 20.
Over the hustle and bustle, you were able to spy your parents just barely by your father's natural hair tie over about a few feet off in the rocks that line the one would call it a parking lot had there been a proper parking lot set up, but it's more of like along the walkway and the waiting area. But you see them with several other people just waiting by there. They're all chatting amongst themselves. They have mostly, by chance, have been standing next to the Thrussell family.
I've pulled my mask off at this point, and I will move over to my parents.
In the span of time that you have, the Kisaragi is the first to react as she looks over to you. Uh, After you have taken your mask off and carrying the large water bowl. Oh, thank goodness you're safe. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, whatever is happening, please tell me you're not involved. Please tell me you're not involved.
Giving her a deadpan stare, then look at Dad.
I think
Dad,
she's.
you
I
might.
think he's involved. Your father
Dad,
responds.
you might want to keep this safe as he will hand over the bowl.
Oh, okay. Is this another gimmick or?
I don't trust Mom not to drop my girlfriend. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some stuff I still need to do.
There's a what that comes up from behind your father, as was Cyrus looks over with a look of ludicrous belief, knowing who you're talking about after the summer that has gone and the amount of time you have spent there. You managed to, so you are heading back over towards the fight or just towards the casino itself?
Choices. Try to shore up the casino, or I can try and help out in a fight that I'm going to be useless in right now. Let's go towards the fight. Damn impulsive teenagers. Stupidity.
Gotta love it. So you make your way over to the corner and are able to see the corner of the diamond dust away from the emergency exit, and are able to see the arcs of gold and blue seemingly connecting what you can only describe as a star-laden cat man. Could that be Spencer? No,
I can't
Spencer
see
didn't have
from this
a.
angle. They're on the roof.
Yeah, and they're definitely hovering in the air over the roof, but fine. But you can see the golden and navy blue sparks just around in the sky as they streak off every so often.
Well, this is going to take a little bit of time. And that will be the end of my turn.
You hop over to Spencer.
Alrighty then.
You just interpose a golden lightning strike, and then feel the slight tickles of your friend's lightning as he seems to be trying to coordinate around you, but you happen to be just getting caught, just awkward timing. You're still getting used to this new form.
All right.
Lightning is bursting all around you, coming from two different ends.
DM, I would like to tighten my fist. And I would like to. Let's see here. Yeah, I'd like to rush into this man fast and punch him as hard as I can in his bronze hard abs.
All right, I take it this is you. Do you still have that sonic boom ability, or is this
I do not anymore, but I can add it again if I get more PowerPoints at some point.
at some point?
At some point. For now, though, I'm gonna be punching him, but a little differently this time. I'm gonna be using my natural weapons, which are my claws. And this has a grabbing feature onto it. After a hit with a weapon, make an immediate grab check against the target as a free action, using the weapon's damage rank as its effective strength rank. The weapon attack inflicts its normal damage and counts as the initial attack to grab the target.
All right, so you're clawing at me. Give me the claw attack first.
Give him the claws.
Give him the claws.
Give him the clamps.
Oh, geez, you think that's what I should do? Give him my
No.
claws are just like right there, you know, because that's the thing I do with the claws. Because that's who I am, the claw.
The claw.
Gee, that's real
You
smart of
want
you.
me?
I am using a good boy point for that.
Go for it.
That is a 30, DM. Does a 30 hit him?
30 hits him respectably. As I now have
He
to go
needs
against the
to hit
DC.
a DC. Oh, wait, that's a natural 20. I almost forgot. Because it's dangerous 4. So, that's a
So
plus
jump.
5. So, DC 34. I think it's toughness. Let me check. Give me a moment. Yeah, it's toughness. DC 34 toughness, which also means that it is a DC 28 to avoid being grabbed by me. It's also a 30 to hit him to grab.
Well, obviously, since you were able to claw him, he does get hit and he does get grabbed. With the damage you were able to do, it seems like his body ripples a bit as the claws stick in. And you can, despite him not actively bleeding, you can definitely see that the flesh are now starting to like go around the nails as you punctured through and
Oh
have
my
him
god.
locked in.
I'm gonna look him straight in the eye as I grab the back of his head and I go, let's go for a little walk. And, how do I best phrase this? I run out of town to avoid anyone else getting caught up in the fight.
All right, so you make it all the way to the edge of town with him.
I go out of town with him into the desert. Listen, I know what this guy can do. I am not going to risk anyone else getting zapped by him.
All right, that's fair and respectable. So you currently have him out in the distance of the city at the moment with your speed, having firmly grasped him. You can
Wait,
definitely tell he's dazed now that he's been viciously shanked.
and he's going to say the following line: no matter where you go or where you hide, you will never be able to hide from the fact that you are a terrible father.
Fair enough.
I'm not trying to be I'm not trying to insult him. I'm just like, I'm honest. Man, you're a terrible father.
Fair enough. Will that be the end of your turn?
Gotta check something here. Give me a moment. I think after I mark that off that I only have one left. Listen, he's a grandfather, but that still makes him a technical father. He's still a bad father. Isn't there like a thing called Bad Grandpa or something?
Oh, I love that movie.
Oh, it's it's pretty funny. I think that is all I can do. I'm still grabbing him tightly and holding him in the middle of a field of sand. And one last thing before he goes away. And if you do try to run away, I will find you.
Alrighty. So with that being your turn, we hop over to Dahlia. Dahlia, your prey just got stolen from you by Spencer.
Again.
And she can't see him at all?
No, because whereas he was just a few yards away initially, Spencer took him to the edge of the city, which, from your current perspective, could either be just a few hundred yards to the east, or half to a full mile. We'll say just 3/4 of a mile to the west.
Yeah, I bet my scope's not that good.
If it were, we wouldn't have to worry.
Okay, well, that's that, I guess. And she's gonna come out. So, is that it then?
He can teleport. Give it a minute.
Oh shit. Okay. She gets back behind the building and readies her gun to hold her action until the bad guy appears and she can get a clean shot.
Fair enough. All right, so you're holding your action until you can get a better shot. Okay.
Yep.
So that will bring us over towards our dear and dazed grandfather, who, as dazed, he can either only take a movement or take an action, and not both, if I recall.
Only one or the other.
Correct. For 1 round.
So, in response to your personal dialogue, why would I run away on such an important day? Yeah, I get it. I'm a terrible father. Hell, no one's arguing that fact. But tell me, oh diode of goodness, as a hand comes up to your face, what really gets that clock a ticking? I need a will check from you.
Ooh, that's wonderful. I don't think there's anything I can do. Let me check something. Nope, nothing I can do to protect against that. All right. Let's see if I can do this. What's the DC, boss man?
I need you to beat a 24.
It's going to have to be a natural 20 on this one. What happens if I fail?
By all technicality, you will be stunned, enamored by the glory of your dreams.
Glory of my... Sure, we'll say that.
Spencer suddenly brainwashed by the idea of fields upon fields of pizza.
Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one who thought that.
That is a 14. Can't do much about that. That's how many degrees of failure?
That is 2 degrees of failure, up to 10. I believe if it was past 10, it would be considered 3 degrees. But
Correct.
at 2 degrees, you are currently stunned for 2 rounds for 12 seconds.
What does stunned mean?
You can't do anything.
Anything?
Anything.
Damn. Can I try my last luck point?
I will give it the leniency for this one. Go ahead and try to re-roll that with your luck point.
I have to try.
And you have to take the second roll.
I have to take the second roll. That's all I can do. I just gotta hope it's good. Well, not much
Well,
better.
it's a 15 now, so that still keeps it within 2 degrees. I'm sorry, you are still stuck there for 12 seconds.
You're good. 2 luck points down. And I am stunned for 12 seconds.
Yep,
Can I
stunned
speak?
means you can't take actions, free actions,
Include.
or movement actions. You can't do anything.
Does that mean he lets go, or does that mean like he's got like a death grip holding still?
That means he's got a death grip holding onto this man.
Yeah, so because he used up his actions to stun lock our dear cat suit man,
He's stuck there
we
for
can end
another
of his turn.
round.
No, you can still move.
He's dazed. At the end of
Right,
this turn, he'll be removed from dazed.
correct.
He'll have to break free, though.
I do believe with stunned you actually lose anything you had.
Okay, that's fair enough. That's in the rules, sure.
So your
I'll look
claws.
for it.
Please do. I'm looking at the quick motions for it, which just says the character cannot take any actions, including free actions. Does not state whether or not he does drop what he's holding or any of the sorts. But for now, we until corrected, we will say that you're still holding him, and that by his turn, by your next turn again, your claws will retract due to you being stunned.
Eh, sure. I'm not gonna say no. It's up to your judgment at this point.
I mean, he is still stuck there for the remainder for at least until his next turn, due to him being dazed anyway.
Nothing I
So
can do.
and nothing he can do.
The big thing is, if you're stunned, that means you can't maintain any actions on your turn.
That's fair.
All right, so once more, yeah. By your next turn, the claws will retract, and you'll just be there, lost in the grandeur of your own dreams.
Unless I can make another will check, but even then, it's gotta be a nat 20.
You wouldn't get another one. You're just straight up stunned for 2 rounds.
Yeah. I gotcha.
The god has put you in a dream for a few seconds. Enjoy.
Yeah, he had to think about that one, didn't he?
Sheesh. You curse my dreams. As we flick it back over to Jace.
I am going to use. I'm going to use my action to hold action to throw a lightning bolt when he gets back. But I'm going to have Rockin' Prime gather whatever sparse materials he can from inside the casino and come to the roof as soon as he can, so that he can effectively have what will be a lightning rod to stand behind the man with.
You're asking him to grab whatever he can to make a generator or a lightning rod?
A lightning rod. And it's like there's stuff up here, so if he just comes up here, he can get the old rebar.
All right, so Rockin' Prime speed, double checking is
It's something flying, so if he just walks out through a window.
Well, yes, yards and whatnot, but still yards. Let me double check his full movement.
Yeah, Spence, here it is. I'll post it in general chat for you
All
because
right, so
it's
yeah, he
part of
would.
the part of the grab.
All right, so he would be within range. So you do happen to see your good old Rockin' Prime still in the hover chair mode, flutter over from the Dive Dust Casino's rooftop and just descend slowly down, steadily down over to where the Pizza Company Inc. Museum was. Ready and
That'll be
right,
my turn.
waiting. Did you know that lightning usually likes to go to the highest point it can reach? The closer it is, the easier access it has. So, making a lightning rod taller than the house is normally advisable in order to prevent your house from being struck and set aflame. Remember, kids, safety is important. Lightning safety means you gotta be thinking quicker than the light. Why am I being burned by my own data analyst? So from Jace's turn, we hop over to Transient. A reminder, gentlemen, that Rockin' Prime is a 2000s PSA bot. Can't get all the info properly correct, especially when we only learn more past it.
I'd like to point out that about 70% of the PSAs were incorrect in their information.
Out. Okay, so maybe I'm a misinforming robo.
As for what Transient's doing, he no longer sees lightning, correct?
The lightning has quelled as what seems to have been a steady stream of sonic booms occur, taking taking whatever action was happening all the way to the edge of town for the current moment.
Alright, I'm just gonna turn the outside of one of the walls of this pizza museum into a ladder, and I'm gonna climb up.
All right, you're able to reach there and start climbing up the ladder with no problems. You do run out of movement speed by the time you reach the top of the ladder, which gets you to just the very edge of where the initial crater is.
And that'll be my turn.
As we hop over to Dahlia, no, sorry, as we hop over to Spencer, my apologies.
I am stunned.
Spencer is stunned as
Hey,
he's
Kim.
lost in the illusions of helping Wilda out and beating out another massive baddie. All
Can't
in hopes to
maintain the
just get
grab.
that. All in hopes just to get that wonderful good scritches.
Squick twitch.
In his mental thoughts of getting scritches, his own scritching upon the grandfather is let go as the claws retract into his paws, hidden underneath the gloved suit. The grandfather gives an exasperated gasp, feeling the flesh be relieved from the piercing pain. There you are, good cat. Excuse me. I gotta get back to my family.
DM, I have a question for you.
That's what he says. He hasn't moved yet.
I can't speak at all, but if I could, I wish I could.
Not even free action, Spencer.
I don't have any, but I wish I did.
As we jump over to Dahlia, Dahlia, your holding has waited just a bit too long, as now all you can see is Rockin' Prime, and Rockin' Prime Jace, and now Transient coming up onto the rooftop of the cratered in pizza Company Inc. Museum.
Dolly is just gonna like sigh, and then she's gonna like squint to see if she sees anything in the distance, then decide, I guess I should keep waiting. And so she's gonna hold her I guess hold her action again and let her rip if he appears. That cool?
All right. Sounds good. So, as you were waiting, and as everyone, as the other three coalesced on top of the museum, the grandfather, now having his turn again, no longer being dazed, seems to breathe a sigh of relief as he walks around the cats, just a couple of steps, makes a knowing finger point. And on your guys' very end, there just seems to be this very faint white sparkle at first, but it's not on any of the building tops. It's just more just floating in the middle of the street area. Before, in a snap of a finger, he is now there in a spark of yellow lightning. Yellow and
And
gold
then he
lightning.
started blasting.
And then she starts blasting. Give me.
And the
Yeah.
party said, "Get his ass."
Yep, make another attack roll.
Alright, here rolls. Come on.
And this is the
My
last
fault.
step where you have to reload, right?
37! He's gonna take
Oh.
an it's another +5 to the DC.
Yeah, that misses.
What?
Mine misses.
Oh. I thought it's like the 37 missed him? No.
Actually, if that's just 19, that actually barely meets his dodge. He just gets caught.
And just remember, GM, the bruises don't reduce the passives.
True,
Only the
true,
active rolls.
true. But his passives has naturally been a 9. Naturally been a 9 plus the 10 would be 19. So he has just meet the hitting for the dodge. Whereas our wonderful guns woman here gets a +5 to the damage output. So give me a second as I roll separate damages. So tell me the DC to yours with the +5.
It's 25 if you add the +5.
So add a 25, okay. And then Jace, what was the damage on yours?
5, and it's a DC 20. I think it's toughness.
Ooh.
Oh no. What happened?
Oh, it doesn't tell me if it's toughness or not. It just says DC 20.
It would more than likely be toughness, considering that it's what you use to resist the damage. So, amongst the hail of bullets, as he does pop back, he seems to almost be brought to his knees from the initial hail, as he looks up, and then is remet by by navy blue lightning being held over him. The damage is quite overwhelming, especially with being jarred by the lightning hits. Remind me, what was the second degree failure on that lightning?
Let me take a look. I don't think there's any second degree failure on the lightning. It's just lightning bolt damage 5.
So yeah, then it would fall under your bruises second degree. So he's dazed again.
I gotta get back to my family. Be a good cat. Stay there. Pops back.
Finally, I can move again.
I think you
Oh
did.
no, this is the right pain. Oh god.
What was that, Spencer?
I love the idea that he's like, yeah, this is the right pain because apparently Spencer hit him too hard. That pain hurt. This pain I can handle.
Listen here, you. Listen.
I can't believe I ruined his bronze hard abs.
All right, so starting back with Jace. Jace, I'm not sure if you were still trying to commit to consistent lightning, but if not, the lightning has hit true for this time. As you see your grandfather seemingly stunned at being just popped up right as he pops in.
I am committing to consistent lightning this time. And while
There
I'm
you go.
doing that, I know I need to roll the will save. But in the midst of that, I'm going to have Rockin' Prime go down behind him while he's dazed, set the lightning rod down, and back away.
Are you sitting it like underneath him or just right behind him, waiting to spring up, or is it already immediately tall?
We have to get back to the fact this is a Saturday morning cartoon. He's going to lay it down at his feet like a well-placed rake.
And wait for him to step back so it directed you, son of a gun.
So that's straight up Looney Tunes.
21 to keep firing my laser.
All right, we will say that it is still firing, but you are now taking on a level of exhaustion for the consistent streaming.
That's fine. Jace just wants to make this hurt as much as possible.
Starting off with fatigue, then exhaustion, GM.
Thank you. Thank you for the correction there. Which, speaking of transit, your exhaustion has let up. But at this point, by the way.
My exhaustion lasts for over an hour. That's how exhaustion and fatigue work.
Oh, okay. So then you're still exhausted, son of a bitch. All right. So Jason now fatigued, feeling the wear and tear of constantly pushing thousands of volts of lightning out of himself as he bombards onto his grandfather again. Still keeping the constant stream, the grandfather now has to make another roll as a lightning rod is being situated just precariously right behind him for the wrong step.
I have something to break the DM.
Once. Oh, lordy.
It's beautiful. I have to share it.
You'll get good at playing my own game, grandson. You can only be so good at what I'm experiencing at for so long. Oh, how dare you?
Jace cannot hear his grandfather at all over the roar of the lightning, assumes he is just monologuing again.
Yes, within the free actions of the 6 seconds, he begins monologuing during your constant streaming of lightning. As we hop over to Transient, who is now watching the lightning stream from Jace, who I believe is just floating by the roof of the Pizza Museum.
Okay, I'm getting tired of this.
I'm raining bolts.
And that will be the last of those. I'm going to spend the last hero point I have to remove my exhaustion. My last Bene goes into this.
All right, exhaustion has been removed. Your healing factor is consistent and does every other turn, right?
Every turn.
All right, so we're just gonna ignore the fact that this bruise has been lingering on here for far too long. You haven't had a bruise in over a minute now. Exhaustion has been removed thanks to the Benny. What will you be doing?
Oh, I'm quite famished. So I'm gonna slide down the ladder. Fuck it, I'm gonna jump off the roof and I'm gonna head straight for this guy.
Oh man, if only I had the hunter sound effect queued up. Ladies and gentlemen, he's like hopping off the roof like like a freaking Spider-Man getting ready to hop onto the rhino.
That'll be an acrobatics at a +7. +18 on an acrobatics to land without hurting myself.
Landing on top of.
Oh, I'm not landing on top of him.
Oh,
There's
then,
no way I can. There's no way I can jump that far.
all right, then you make you make it safely onto the ground, able to avoid too much damage by rolling into the drop and springing back up, conserving the energy and dispersing it without having to, take any real serious trouble damaging.
Yes, I just parkoured. I'm going to move straight up to him, and I'm gonna multi-attack.
All right, so you run up to the bronze old man as he's being shocked by navy blue. Give me them rolls and see what you do.
Alright, single roll.
That's pretty good.
That's
Thank you.
at a +14 to hit. That's a 26 against his parry. It's only a single degree of failure for him.
Believe that would be 2 degrees actually.
26. Yeah, that is 2 degrees. All
So
right.
you get a
My
+2.
DC for this is currently but that one it'll make it a 18 fortitude.
Okay. All right, with the fortitude and the bruises. The punch connects solidly as you start taking at least a good shaving off his life force.
All right, then I need to make him I need him to make. Sorry, I should have made him roll a toughness first, because punch. This is the first time I've actually hit him specifically. DC, so DC 17 toughness.
All right, so we'll have this before
Or
the
no,
addition.
this is a 19 because it affects everything as part of this. Because
Okay.
multi-attack.
All right. Hmm.
So that sounds like it's multiple degrees of failure there.
Yeah. Go ahead and tell me what your 3 degrees are.
3. Well, this is toughness, so it's just standard damage. 3 degrees for this failure specifically. God bless it. He's staggered. So he is now dazed and hindered.
Alrighty. All right, so that does deal an additional bruising while rejuvenating your own spiritual energy.
Nope, it's a failure on the spiritual energy part.
Oh, okay.
The DC for that was still 18. So yeah.
Alrighty, so you managed to
Oh
land a
wait,
couple.
quick question. Jace, you're still electrocuting him, correct?
Full force.
God damn it.
As
I have
long
to
as you
leave
didn't
for-
step on the lightning rake, you should be fine.
No, I connected with the guy that's currently getting electrocuted.
Don't you have like
What?
rubber gloves or something?
Nope.
Ah, damn.
Well,
This
go
is
ahead and give me
basic
a
cloth
toughness check.
gloves. So what's my toughness? My
Could be
toughness is
unabated.
only a +5.
So you just need to roll a 15 or higher.
15.
On the dot. Meets it, beats it.
No, I
You're
meant
Uh,
a 15 or higher on the dice. The DC is 20.
Yeah, that's a
Oh.
bruise for me.
Eh. So just as you manage to start feeling your own soul reinvigorate itself,
Nope.
there's a
Still no. I did not
Alright.
successfully eat.
sorry. You managed to connect using one of your personal finesses on a particular kung fu move, going for a rib connect followed by a strike to the face with with your left leg and a kick. And as you are coming down from the rise of the kick, you feel that sudden burn of electricity reverb through your leg and up to your body before you land down. You there is a singe mark on the outer area of your pant leg from where you connected, where the spark occurred. Will that be your turn,
That'll be my turn.
Spencer?
No, actually, no. I'm gonna extra
Oh.
effort.
Oh, oh!
I'm gonna do another multi-attack on him. I am starving at this point, and I am pushing my body to its extremes at this point.
All right, go ahead and give me another multi attack as I prep another roll.
And 2 rolls because I'm physically hitting him now. First one's going to be toughness against it. Second one will be fortitude. That is a 27. I do believe that's 2 degrees of failure again.
Yep.
All right, so toughness check is a DC 19.
That is 2 degrees of failure.
Shit. Kage, I think I actually need you for this one.
Hello.
And that
So
was a. Oh, go ahead.
he's hold on. So he's currently dazed and staggered.
Mhm. Okay.
What happens if he hits another second degree failure?
The daze becomes a staggered, and then since there's 2 staggered, he becomes incapacitated.
All right, now for the second half of the attack. DC 18 fortitude.
All right, and that is 2 degrees of failure.
All right. So let me double check mine. I do believe. He's also exhausted. And just for style points, because I'm still going to have to roll this toughness check. Actually, that should be at a 4, so that's an 11 for me. Which is 2 degrees of failure. I'm going to kick him onto the lightning pole.
Cruel, mean, unusual. I need to make another roll.
I love the idea that you just step on the end of the rake so it goes up between his legs.
I will need another toughness check from you as you're still caught in the concussive lightning from Jace.
I did that already. Mine was an
Uh,
11. So that was 2 degrees of failure for his. The first one was 1 degree, the second one was 2 degrees. So I am also dazed. An additional bruise.
So You decide to push a little extra because this guy has already tested your patient and he hurt your girl. She is currently stuck in a bowl and it's not sitting well in your conscience. So you make sure to put a couple of extra moves on him, giving jumping up and leaping into the air with another spin kick before dropping a full axe kick across his face downward, bringing up the metal rake set by Rockin' Prime at the same time as you land. At that point, your mind becomes slightly fuzzy as the lightning from Jay seems to hit home and just cause that funny feeling of not being all there for a second.
Hopefully that is something. And he will drop to his knees. And that will be his turn.
Right. Before we move on to the next turn, once more, I do need to make our dear Zeus Avatar have another roll, seeing as his back was touched by lightning and more lightning rods.
He's incapped.
Right, making him defenseless.
So he fails it automatically.
Avatar, does he have like a fetish for being a swan?
What?
I just heard Puddle laugh in the other room.
said-
Swan, bull, take your pick of animal. He's probably done them at some point or another.
I mean, it's Zeus we're talking about. Let's see. Any trigger critic is critical, so technically still has.
Yeah, you don't get a critical failure, he just doesn't succeed.
No, if I'm reading this right, incapacitated. The character is incapacitated.
He cannot be killed unless Jay specifies that he is doing lethal damage at that point. He just takes another set of bruises.
All right. Bruises have been noted. So we're currently up over to Spencer again, I believe, who has just come around.
I can see things now.
You're back to coherency. The dream has ended, and the grandfather's no longer in your hands.
I'm gonna run back to the
Pause.
casino.
What's up?
Pause. Grandfather's no longer in his paws.
Paws, claws, hands.
Toe beans.
Why did I look in villainous memes at the wrong time? Ah! Not my grandpa claws. Ugh. I see your swans. I see your swans. So Spencer, you come back over and you're able to spy what seems to be the the unconscious, well, not the incapacitated form of the grandfather leaning into this makeshift lightning rod that's still being charged by Jace, as Jace seems to keep it consistently on him to keep him shocked. Transient seems to be did you say you were kneeling on both knees or?
That would be oh yeah, that would be.
Yeah, no, I collapsed to my knees after getting electrocuted twice and becoming dazed and putting in all the extra effort.
Is it at the end of initiative?
GM, feel free to
Mm.
answer that question later.
Will do. Not yet, as the body, while seemingly incapacitated, still struggles in its stance.
Hmm. I see. What to do, what to do. He's still struggling somehow, right?
Yeah, despite the electrocution, the not bombardment, but the barrage of bullets that he has endured, the good amount of chin checking, gut checking you put upon him, along with the swift moves that you can tell your friend Transient has just placed upon him. Maskless, I should say.
Nope, I
Is it
put the
almost
mask
Dahlia's
on
turn
already.
again?
If you looked in general, you would have seen it.
Is it Dahlia's turn again yet?
No, it's my turn right now.
Aw.
So I see all these things. He's still fighting back?
Yes, though incapacitated.
Is that allowed?
Let's see. Do I have a pair of power cuffs on my hand?
Still on your side, yes.
Well, I slap them on him.
All right, you slap on the power cups onto the old man. They seem to glow. And they stop glowing. The man is still fighting.
He's at least restrained.
Yes, he is.
Let's see.
He's
Bullet
also
was
still
that
being
die?
electrocuted.
Is
Was
that why
that-
he's twitching? He's not fighting, he's just seizing.
Was that an action or?
Yes. Because I don't think you have. I don't think use object is a bonus action unless specified.
You mean move action?
No, use object as a bonus action or move action, side action.
Yeah.
Actions
would have
all
been an
over the
action.
place in this.
Let's see here. I couldn't help whatsoever. And I'm not going to beat an old man to the ground. I already put handcuffs on him. He's still struggling, and the handcuffs don't seem to work. Is that what I'm surmising from that, DM?
Yes. Though you being there and cuffing him has been greatly noted.
I see.
I have to go soon.
What's up?
I have to go soon.
Yep, it's 10 p.m.
All right. Was there anything else you want to do, Spencer, before we let Dahlia take her turn?
I was going to go inside and check on everyone, including the bride.
All right. Go ahead and give me a perception check, and we'll get back to that as we move over to Dahlia's turn.
Okay.
Dahlia is gonna lift the gun and then look to Jace and Transient and say, so should I, pow?
I would say no, out of character.
You're not there.
I said out of character.
We'll let the guys speak for the free action here. Oh wait. Can a dazed person take a free action?
I think
Okay.
he can still talk.
Puddle? You mind answering that? I'm away from computer.
I missed what the question was. What was it?
Can
Can a
dazed
dazed
people talk?
person? Yeah.
Uh, Days can talk because that's a free action, but you only get a movement or a standard action.
Okay, yeah. Give me your free action.
I'll leave it up to Jace.
Jace.
Oh no, Jace, you're Gregging. You might not
Jace,
be thinking you're Gregging, but you're Gregging.
Jace, please.
No, I wasn't talking. Did it get back to my turn?
No, I was asking if I can blow his brains out or if you want me to not.
Lordy!
I mean,
I mean, if I should gently encourage him to stop fighting with the power of friendship and his gun.
aim for the reproductive organs.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's
All
gonna be higher
right.
difficulty since you're making a call shot.
Well, if I do it from point blank, doesn't that mean that it cancels each other out?
Woman, for my own sanctity, right as you are about to start blasting, as you teleport down and are pinpoint blank away
From
from
his UPS package.
you will hear a very effeminate. I think that's more than enough.
The shelf anyways. We'll see what happens. Now it's in like every grocery store in America. He decides he wants to come out with a new flavor of tea, honey and ginseng.
Who's watching TV?
Yes.
This beautiful can. At which point he takes a bunch of criticism, like, "Hey, men are never going to drink that
Jace,
tea."
you're not muted.
I appreciate the insert for an advertisement here. I really do.
One of the most iconic product
But we are
designs
still a pro bono kind of
badass.
role play.
Hey,
Merry Christmas.
no
Jace,
marketing whatsoever. Whatever companies or interviewers or
Is it
Alright.
over?
I'm losing it a bit tonight. Sorry, guys.
It's all right. It's all right.
Okay. So, woman tells me to stop.
Yes, a very feminine woman steps up. She looks very. She looks like very well maintained for someone in her 70s, as you can tell. Definitely wearing high end clothing. Very reminiscent of one would even say Jace's mother, except more blondish hair and a brighter glow, a brighter blue glow in her eyes. I appreciate you for reining him in. Honestly, it's been quite difficult trying to find where he's been hiding these few years. But the sun and spectacle and him getting worked up, definitely worth the wait. Oh, what to do with you,
Well,
my dear
I have a
husband.
suggestion, she says, like clicking the safety back off her gun.
As much as I'm sure this world would adore that answer, I do like him whole.
Bow chicka bow wow?
Just hold the bullets. Now, for the better question, however, is who are you all, and why were you throwing down with my wayward husband, as it were?
Dahlia offers a cheesy smile. End of episode closing line. She says, "Why, masked or not, we're heroes."
That is so cheesy. I'm going to hit you with so much Gouda, I tell you.
Come on, you know you gotta let it end on that. That was perfect. That was perfect. That was primo.
We will call it there. Oh, go ahead, Jace.
Gonna make a will save for Jace now that he's exhausted, tired, and hearing that fucking pun.
Would you say it's pun bearable?
Gonna make another one with no advantage, no bonuses. He's still hanging in there somehow.
You're unbeatable.
As the four of you gathered with Wilda currently still being held by her parents,
Oh no.
Jace having a hard time keeping himself airborne as he flutters down roughly before plomping into the chair of Rock and Prime in a not so satisfying manner, legs still showing.
Spencer is in his suit, just kind of watching this.
The suit is still charged, still glowing. Cosmic radiation still abound.
Cosmic radiation.
Yes, my dear husband, and goodness, heroes. You barely even look the part, but I suppose Master Notch is true. I do believe we are in for a long explanation. How about we step inside? As she waves a hand over towards the Diamond Act Casino again. The alarms that were going off has stopped, and what damages that have previously been done to it seemingly have already been refixed and amended. My son and a friend of his are already tending to it. I do suppose that someone is owed a much more prudent explanation of what's all happening. And I do suppose a wedding is still in order? Your sister, right? I believe that would make her part of the family in some way.
Yes, however, I'm not exactly sure if I'm wanted there anymore. Or at all. And truthfully,
As
I
you
would
say
rather
that,
just go home.
as you say that, you hear your name get called from across. As you see two figures rushing up to you, your sister and your the youngest of the older brothers above you. Good night, Dahlia. Everyone say good night to Dahlia while we're still in recording.
Night.
Good, Dahlia.
Night.
And
Jace, wait. Jiminy Christmas, you guys run far. I thought you guys were still in. The younger brother says, trying to find the name for him again. Adrian says, thank you. As your sister Cassandra comes over and gives you a hug. I'm sorry for everything.
It's not your place to apologize for anything. You were a kid too.
And I want to say here's where we'll call it before we come back to fully put a end to this chapter in hopefully a decently sappy manner.
Sounds good.
Please join us back in 2 weeks as we pick back up and complete this chapter with a hopefully a little bit of an upbeat wedding still, as the Grimm has yet to show themselves throughout this whole conflict.
I'm just gonna continue being a puddle.
bye, y'all.
Bye.
So, catch y'all next time. Take care.
Bye.